Hey, what's going on, guys? Today I'm gonna be presenting to you my Hot Toys collection. All right, so I'll give you a sneak peek of what I have. Just a quick sneak peek. Oh man, Holy Grail. And I'll save some stuff for last, just the best for last. All right, guys. So very top left shelf. I have three on this side of the room. My very top left. This is Mark IV Infinity War War Machine. This guy, oh my God, what can I say, man? He's just beastie. Look at that. So heavy, so just a heavy big boy, right? This guy, it's so heavy. They recommend do not do this, right? This pose here, they don't give you the dynamic pull anymore. Not on this figure, but I still did it anyway. I think I got it from an extra Ironman I have, or Spider-Man, I don't remember which one. But you see this, it's a hard pose. I don't recommend this, guys. I follow this gentleman by the name of Posing with Peter. He kind of shows you about center of gravity. I kind of got a lot of tips from him, and I tried and tried and tried. After many attempts, it finally came out. Very brave, because if this thing falls and goes through this glass, it's gonna keep on going and break everything underneath. It's gonna be a nightmare. This is a Mark 50, of course, from Infinity War as well. This guy here, I know he doesn't get much love, but I don't know, man. This is a suit I really like in the movie. I really like this figure a lot. He's pretty cool. He's a good figure. This is the Iron Spider, of course, without the tentacles things in the back. A lot of people don't like to pose their Spider-Man, this particular Spider-Man, because of the suit, the type of damage you could, you see, it's already kind of getting there. But I do change it up from time to time. I just can't do a museum pose. I just can't. In case you guys are wondering, these things in the back, Hobby Lobby, that's your... Okay, so that's my top shelf. And I'll explain what those cables are in case you're wondering, what's up with those cables in the back? I'll explain. I have a little hidden surprise for you guys. And then down here, I have Captain America and Iron Man Mark 46 from the movie Civil War. This is a scene towards the end of the movie where finally Tony manages to get disabled by having Cap's shield cross through his reactor. That's just to enable the power on the suit so that prevent further damage to either party. So this suit on the Civil War, it's very similar to the one he did use in Endgame, it kind of seems like, but obviously it's a whole other... I mean, they upgraded a few things I couldn't even tell you, because I don't have my Endgame Captain America, even though it's pre-ordered for so long. But this Mark 46, it's an awesome suit. This is another one of my favorite Iron Man suits here in my collection. The Mark 46 is just phenomenal. Just that bruise in the eye. It's just, everything is just awesome. Yep. So moving on, we have Thanos Endgame. This is a must for any collector for Marvel Universe. With Nebula. Here, Nebula, we'll talk about her next. But Endgame Thanos, this guy, I kind of like him over the Infinity War one, just because of the suit. It just does a lot more for me. Accessories are fun, the helmet. You got that huge blade over there, helicopter blade. As you can see, you could actually appreciate it from the side of the DTTF. It's just so massive. The best part, I managed to squeeze this guy in the DTTF without customizing it. All I had to do is bend the knees a bit. You see that? The legs, bend the legs a bit. Just get them kind of crouching in a way. Just, I don't know, just kind of bending over. Yeah, it was practice and practice just to get him in here. But Nebula from Endgame, it's more like Infinity War. She's phenomenal. I mean, this one, she's just so realistic to the actress, and just the movie itself, Endgame. Even though she kind of, I could say it's more like Infinity War Nebula, but they declared it an Endgame movie figure, so I guess we'll go with that. But yeah, she's awesome. Up next is my Guardians of the Galaxy. Well, let's start out with Star-Lord. Star-Lord, he's doing the happy dance. Remember that beginning of the movie where he's dancing, not a care in the world given, on puddles and with his Walkman. That's him, just celebrating, enjoying life. And of course, Gamora, after I don't even know how many years of waiting for her, she's finally here. Have her just a regular pose, nothing so crazy on her. Just she's ready for battle. Of course, the infamous Yondu. This is a headpiece that you must have in your collection. I know it's getting crazy. Prices are up there, and it doesn't seem to slow down. He's just phenomenal, man. Attention to detail, what makes this guy so great, especially the head sculpt. I mean, man, just look at that. Beautiful. And of course, we got Baby Groot. I am Groot. And Mr. Stanley himself back there, just hanging out on his rock. So that's for the Guardians of the Galaxy collection. And before I forget, let's go with this guy, the Falcon. I have him right in the middle of my shelves. Right, and you see that? That's where I have him. This guy, I like this camouflage. His pants a lot better. This is the one from the Winter Soldier. The head sculpt is dead on. I mean, I just like this guy over the Civil War one. I'm pretty sure now with the show, I know they're gonna announce his new figure anytime soon. But for me, this is the winner as of now. And of course, another one of my favorite characters, Deadpool. This guy is just a clown. So he escaped from his shelf and he's just right here, chilling. Yep. All right, so let's move on. We have another shelf where we have more Infinity Wars characters. This time is Thor. Look at that, just phenomenal, right? I had the Age of Ultron Thor. I sold him. I mean, I kind of dig him more with his hair instead of the long hair. But yeah, this figure is definitely one to stay. I mean, look at the flying pose. I mean, I don't know. This guy is awesome. Thor is really, really cool. I have an Endgame Black Widow. She is phenomenal. I mean, that head sculpt, she's very underrated. She doesn't get much love. I mean, yes, people like this one over any other one, I believe. But man, with time, I think that she's gonna be the next Yondu. Very flexible, just awesome pose. Look at that. That's just phenomenal. Captain Marvel. We need to get better screen time with Captain Marvel. Hopefully with part 2 coming along someday in the future. Hopefully this is one figure we get to love more. Here comes a little kitty. All right, next shelf, Iron Man. You guys will get to see, I love Iron Man. This is the concept edition Mark 46. Very comic book precise. I mean, this guy is phenomenal. This is a Mark 45. At the end of Age of Ultron, he comes out just kicking his butt. But I have him in a flying pose. Again, this is not for rookies or amateurs. You need a lot of practice for this for sure. So the dynamic pose, I mean, it's just hours of, not hours, but just many multiple attempts to get this guy to balance and not fall over. Underneath is Iron Man Midas, Iron Man Mark 21. This guy, again, phenomenal. This is just an awesome piece. I was going to pass on him, to be honest with you. But I just couldn't. After watching some of the reviews and some of the YouTube channels, I had to get him. Especially, I'm a huge Iron Man fanatic, so he's a must. All right. Down here, we see WandaVision, Doctor Strange, Captain America concept art. But let's start with the Civil War Scarlet Witch, also known as Wanda. She is phenomenal. I mean, there's 2 of them available now. I believe this is a better one just because it's a lot more detailed, a lot more likeness to the actress, Miss Olsen. And yeah, it's just very poseable. It's a nice piece. Kind of have her getting ready to like, kind of bend over backwards. So, you know, she could throw that on whoever she wishes. And then Vision, just kind of very relaxed, very flying pose. Just kind of chill, just taking off. Nothing crazy. Again, I hate doing this, but I had to fit 4 of them. and running out of space in my collection. That's my biggest dilemma. This figure is from Infinity Wars, Doctor Strange, not the standalone Doctor Strange movie. I think this is a much better head sculpt. All right. Moving on to Captain America concept art. This is a 10th anniversary for Marvel Studios, as you can see there. He comes with two different shields. One, the classic one, and then the iconic one. Black, it's kind of blacked out. This guy is very solid. I think that's the most realistic body so far for Captain America. Of course, without considering Endgame, since they haven't shipped it to us. But this guy is pretty sick. Not a lot of love for this guy either. I really like this one a lot. Yep. Ankle pivots, everything. I mean, it's very posable. Awesome piece. Yep. So next is Spider-Man. I have Spider-Man Homecoming Deluxe. I don't have his yellow jacket out here with us, but that is from Homecoming. I have him speaking to the Mark 47. Since Tony is nowhere near, I have my Mark 47 displayed in such a way to demonstrate that part from the movie. I kind of made this web from saran wrap, I believe that's what you call it. And I have him flying here. Again, balance is key, guys. Mark 47, phenomenal. That's my homemade suit from Far From Home. This is a must just because of the drone. I mean, that bonus alone was so cool. And plus, he's so flexible. I mean, this is like the 5th pose. And oh, man, it's just very flexible. He's a must-have. But yeah, that's my Spider-Man section. Down here, I have Tony Stark as the mechanic from the movie Ironman 3. That's when he sneaks into the mansion and discovers that he is a superhero without the suit. And yeah, that book behind him, it's also from the from the Iron Man 3, where it shows a bunch of his different suits, right? From Mark 1 all the way up to like 43 at the time. But yeah, that's a must-have for any Iron Man fanatic. On this side, it's kind of empty for now. I have this Sideshow Figure Fantasy book that I picked up for like $5. It's not too bad. All right, let's go to the top of the shelf again. All right, here we go. Oh, before I get in there, I have a Peter Parker. This is not a Hot Toys. I forgot the brand. Ooh, I paid like $60-80 for him. And I just slipped the Infinity War Iron Spider head sculpt. And voila, it works. Peter Parker is very accurate to Homecoming. All right, so on the next shelf, we have Winter Soldier, aka Bucky Barnes from Infinity Wars. This guy, I mean, yeah, it's good to have, just to say, okay, I have a Bucky Barnes. I want the Civil War. I think that one's probably a little better than this one, the Civil War Winter Soldier. But this will do for now. I got a good deal on this guy. My local offer up here. I think I picked him up for like $1.80. So I couldn't pass it up. I was like, all right. Nick Fury, this guy's cool. He has a really cool stance. But I don't know what kind of pose. I just have him holding a gun, kind of ready to go into action here. And of course, I have Mr. Steve Rogers, Captain America from Avengers, the first Avengers, 2012. Not the reissue one, but the original one. I like this one a lot. Every time I think of Captain America, this is what I think of him. And a shield. Luckily, this one's not as flaky. It's not as bad. And I have Rocket from Endgame. This guy, he's ready for action. Always ready for action. Ready to shoot and destroy. This guy's so cool. All right, so the top shelf. Going down to the next shelf. I love Iron Man. I've mentioned it before. I'll mention it again. This is the Mark 85. Just phenomenal. This is just a masterpiece. Luckily, mine didn't come back that messed up. Again, I had this thing on it. I just figure that's normal. It's like kind of weathering, I guess. I don't know. I didn't make a big fuss over it. But this guy is just beautiful. Here next to him, I have the Mark 43. This guy's pretty cool. I have him destroying Ultron. Look at Ultron's head. on his body. That's a very hard to do balancing act. Don't recommend that for amateurs. Just ripped out his hand, his arm, and he's just looking at him like, I told you not to mess with me, Ultron. That's Tony. And over here, it's a Mark 42 with the twist. I have Pepper Potts in there. You know that scene where the helicopters go attack his home in Malibu? He sends a Mark 42 to rescue Pepper Potts. Well, that's exactly what she's doing. She's wearing the suit, and now it's gonna go rescue Tony. She sends the suit back to Tony. So yeah, I bought this head sculpt on eBay. On my Mark 42, it was like 25, 30 bucks. How they did it or who, I forgot. But yeah, I really liked it a lot. Change it up a bit. And this whole middle section is my Ironman collection, with the exception of the Mark 47 down there. But yeah, this middle section here, this is my holy grails. This is my pride and joy, my middle section. Nothing but Ironmans. All right, moving on. To the bottom, we have Civil War Black Panther. This guy here, this head sculpt didn't come with this Black Panther. This Civil War Black Panther didn't have a head sculpt, nor do they recommend it to remove the head. But I did it anyway. I bought this little head in eBay. Again, it was from China. I remember that. It was like 25 bucks. It wasn't bad. It looks pretty good. This is Ant-Man from the original Ant-Man movie. The pose, just kind of, getting ready to shrink and do his thing. It's walking. And I have mini Ant-Man right underneath, of course. Right there. And we have Hawkeye from Age of Ultron. This is from the Age of Ultron movie. This guy, he's going for so cheap now. I don't know why. I really like this particular figure. I don't know, call me crazy, but I find him to look more, I don't know, I find more likeness here in this figure than the newer one. I don't know. I might be wrong, just my opinion, guys. He's just kind of getting ready to, go into battle here. Getting an arrow from the back. That's pretty cool. Down here, one of my holy grails, Mr. War Machine, Mark 1. This guy is just beautiful. I have him in battle damage just because he is battling Whiplash Mark 2. And there is Whiplash right there. I do not have the Mark 6 in here, which will be nice. But the reason I don't have the Mark 6 in here, I'll explain later on in the video. You'll see. But this is phenomenal. This is very underrated. It's very bulky, very heavy, very detailed. It's a nice piece. Just a recap of this side of the room. I have 3D tops from IKEA on a Besta. That's a pretty good combo right there. Very popular. Okay, moving on to the right side of the room, I have my DC Universe Galleria. All right, so let's go ahead and start. I guess we'll start here, upper left. All right, so we have Bane doing the very famous Bane pose where he breaks Batman's back. This is not easy to do. I had to use a stand. I hate using these stands. But here, just for extra protection, just in case, I had him on it. And check out the head. You see the gap between? He's actually lifting Batman with his arms. If you're wondering what the hell, what kind of Batman is that? So I used the Scarecrow slash Batman Demon that comes in a 2-pack thing. So I just love this pose, man. Yeah, so that's what that is. All right, look, you can see his face, kind of like demon eyes. Look at his claws. But it looks good. You see from down here, you can't even tell. You just know it's Batman about to get his back cracked, and that's it. Here I have the DX11 with the DX12. Oh my God, these are by far, I think, the most precise, the most movie accurate, actor alike, just phenomenal all around head sculpt. I know a lot of people don't really care for the DX12. There's a reissue that was just announced. Me particularly, I really like this figure. The purse, the wound, the eyes, I can control everything on it. I love a DX figure. I don't know why they stopped making them, but hopefully they bring them back soon. But this is just magnificent. Look at the foot. You see, he's kind of like, so what are we waiting for? But then he sees something in the back. He's like, who could that be behind me? So he kind of knows, he has a feeling he's there. Little did he know he's about to get his head slammed on that desk. But yeah, I just love these two guys. Another dynamic duo that's a must. Batman. 66 Batman, 66 Robin. This, oh my God, my childhood couldn't have been any better. This is a must-have for me for sure. Those things in the back, the Kaboom and that other Batman sign, Hobby Lobby, guys, go down there, pick these up. It's like $5-6, dude, super cheap. And I did buy a Hot Wheels 66 Batmobile. It's a 1/18 scale, just kind of as a diorama. And of course, some accessories, and to have these guys posing back to back. I hate using those stands, no stands, it's all balancing. People call me crazy, but I just prefer it that way. And down here we have Mr. Robocop diecast with Ed 209. This guy again barely fits in here, but he fits. You see, this is a part where he gets that arm and then makes him shoot his other arm. But yeah, Robocop. This guy is magnificent. I mean, if you don't have a Robocop, I suggest you highly go search for one, just because these guys are a must-have. Just phenomenal piece. All right, so let's go back to the top. We have a middle shelf. I have my wife's favorite piece, which is Miss Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad with the Tuxedo Joker. This pose, oh my God, I think I contemplated about for 2 hours how to pose these two. I kind of like this one a lot more than any other ones, just because it shows, you know, that's his girl, you know, just don't mess with Harley. And yeah, Harley's just crazy. You could just see it in her eye. But yeah, right behind them, you can't see it from here, but let me go around. They actually have the guns and they're ready to go. You will never see. You see that? Both of them, they're both crazy. So they're both ready to go, and just in case something comes up. But yeah, Harley Quinn, Joker. That's a must-have. And of course, that's the exclusive one with the hammer from the newer Harley Quinn movie. All right, down here we have the Batman Hall of Armor. A lot of people prefer this suit over the DX12. I kind of wanted to use it, but I just like it in there a lot more. This, if you don't have this armory set, I think you should look for one. It's a pain. Every single bullet and every single item in there, you gotta put it one by one. It's all die cuts. It's very well crafted, honestly. All right, and then we have Bruce Wayne here. It's kind of sitting there, standing there, just kind of getting ready for action. And Mr. Pennywise, Alfred Pennywise, just looking at Master Bruce and waiting for a command. Do something for me, butler. Yeah, he's just looking at him like, okay, what do we do now? But yeah. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the Batman Armory. Down here we have the Trinity. You cannot have a collection without these guys. You see, this is the Superman from Man of Steel. I'm not a big fan of the Batman versus Superman figure. Neither am I from the Justice League. I mean, yeah, they're cool and all, but it has imperfections as well. But I don't know, I kind of like this one more. Besides the black one, the black suit from the Snyder Cut that's coming out. But this guy, yeah, man, I think he's a winner for me. I have him with his base. He's flying. He's on air. You see, he's just dangling there. he's flying. Superman. Here we have Ben Affleck. That's Batman. I love this head sculpt. Yes, I also love him with his mask. But I was like, how do I incorporate both? And this is what I came up with. Kind of just, this is, I think, for me, the best pose, just because you appreciate both, I guess. It's 2-for-1 type of thing. And then, of course, we have Wonder Woman from Justice League. This is the deluxe edition. She's just gorgeous. Diana, Princess Diana from Wonder Woman. And, of course, the Justice League. So it's a pretty cool setup. 2 Justice League bases. Those things are massive. And I have my Superman in between, along with some art that I picked up locally from a place called Frankincense here in Southern California. Down here, I have Back to the Future. Dr. Emmett Brown, looking at time, as always very panicky and just concerned about time. This guy, he is hard to get now. This is the deluxe edition. It includes the walkie-talkies, and I think that's the only thing that separates him. This is the exclusive. Yeah, that's not the deluxe. They call it exclusive figure. And of course, Marty from Back to the Future 2. He's looking out for Griff. He's chasing him. It's on the hoverboard. It's flying. It's pretty cool. This is a very nice figure as well. And of course, a DeLorean. Again, it's a 1/18 scale from Hot Wheels. Picked it up on eBay like for $40-50 or something. It's not too bad. It's a nice little display there. Nice little diorama. Not bad. Okay, so before I go up again, down here in this other best up, I have the Joker Bank Robber 1.0. The reason why I went for 1.0, not the 2.0, because of the mask. You see, this mask is fully functional. It's removable. You can also put it on them all the way down. But I like this part where he tells the bank manager, whatever doesn't kill you makes you stranger. This is a part where he reveals himself, takes off his mask, on his knees, holding his gun and a duffel bag full of cash. But yeah, this is a great pose. Of course, a whole bunch of Hot Wheels, Batmobiles throughout the movies and throughout the years. And this is a book I picked up as well from Sideshow. Very nice detailed book on Nolan's trilogy. Very cool stuff. Speaking of Nolan's trilogy, I have Lieutenant Jim Gordon here. He is posing after capturing the Joker. This is a scene where he just captured him alongside Batman, and he's holding his helmet with goggles and his shotgun. That's a pretty cool pose. And then of course we have Catwoman on the Batpot. That is so sexy. That's just beautiful. I mean, it's gorgeous, right? You see that? That's just too nice. All right, so let's go back up to my other shelf. We have Joker DX14. Mine. This guy is so underrated. A lot of people passed on him, and he's not going for too much online. This is one I highly recommend. I mean, I know this figure, this particular costume comes out in the movie maybe for about 4 minutes tops, but it's a must-have. I mean, he's so cool. And then we have Mr. Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne in that 89, 91, or 92 Batman movies. This came on a 2-pack with Batman Returns. I'll show you that in a bit. But that's the Bruce Wayne that comes with it. Luckily mine is not too bad. I've seen some online with yellow shirts and just really bad shape. This one's not too bad. Not yet. Hopefully it stays that way. Speaking of Batman, Michael Keaton, here is the 89 Batman. That's just beautiful. I love this guy. I mean, growing up with these movies, it was just phenomenal. And of course, we have the Joker. This is DX08 and the DX09. A bunch of accessories come with these guys. But yeah, this is a pose I love just because I could hear Jack Nicholson as a Joker laugh at the bats, right? I mean, that's just phenomenal. And again, the PERS, whatever they call it, PERS system with the eyeballs moving. That's just beautiful. And again, a 1/18 scale of the Batmobile, made by Hot Wheels. Nice little diorama. Pretty cool. Down here, the iconic Christopher Reeves, rest in peace, as Superman. This is another holy grail of mine. Just phenomenal. I love this pose, very iconic. Just the cape is not too bad. This is the cape that came with the figure. It's wired. It's not bad. I made it seem as the wind was blowing. Which is not a bad cape from factory, from Hot Toys. Not too bad. In comparison to these, of course. These are kind of hideous, but I don't want to buy aftermarket ones. But yep, that's him. Superman. Down here, my only non-Hot Toys figure in my details. This one's from Blitzway. El Zorro. This guy is just too nice. I couldn't pass it up. This guy is just phenomenal. The detail is just nice, man. It comes with a lot of accessories. It comes with 2 different head sculpts. I mean, this is just phenomenal. This just looks good with each other. You see that? Doesn't that look good? It's Antonio Banderas as El Zorro. And of course, this is his horse, El Tornado, which is Tornado, right? This guy, the Black Stallion. I ordered him on, when was it? Like a year ago, pre-ordered him. I just got him about a month ago. I don't know what took so long for a horse. I ordered him through Big Bad Toy Store. Shout out to them. It was like $100, which wasn't bad at all with free shipping. I was like, all right, send him over. But yeah, that's El Zorro. And that concludes it for this side of the shelf. So yeah, like I said earlier, it's DC / miscellaneous shelf, because these are from the 80s, right? With El Zorro. Oh, speaking of the 80s, I was almost forgetting one guy. Predator. The Predator. This is the classic Predator. Alright, so after showing you my Marvel side and my DC / miscellaneous, I then go to quarter scale. Over here we have Ironman 3, Mark 3 from the first Ironman movie, a quarter scale size. I picked up these corner shelves at Bed Bath & Beyond. I think it was like 2 of them for like, oh my god, it was like $25, which wasn't bad. It's a pretty good room saver for sure. I don't have much room in here, so I have to maximize it. But this is an awesome figure. He's ready to just blast you. And these lights, I picked them up at Home Depot. They change colors. I'll show you in a sec. By the way, these other lights, all of my details are Hue lights. H-U-E, Philips, Hue. I'll show you what they could do in a sec, but that's just a phenomenal way to go. Because you can control colors, you control temperature, you can control how bright, how dim, just nice lights. This is the Mark 43 quarter scale. Man, these things, if you guys are on the fence about quarter size scales, quarter scale figures, if you have the space and the funds, please do yourself a favor, get them. If you like the 1/6 scale because of detail, wait until you get these guys. And if you have 1 or 2, you'll agree with me. But this is a phenomenal pose. I mean, these guys are so flexible. I mean, it's just, I don't know how they do this, man. Kudos to them for sure. That's a Mark 43 holding his helmet. All right. This is a Mark 45 getting ready to blast Age of Ultron, well, Ultron. In the Age of Ultron movie, but the Mark 45, there he is. And again, remember that surprise I mentioned? That black box has to do with it. I'll explain in a bit. All right. And this is my Mark 42 from Ironman 3, quarter scale, special deluxe. Just the only difference is just that one stand. Nothing special about it. And of course, Tony's looking at me like, what the hell are you doing, man? Get off the phone and work. But yeah, Mark 42, battle damage. You see, I have the cables coming into his chest. Of course, those cables are connected to the battery, but that's Mark 42. Over here, Darth Vader. This is very iconic. You must have a Darth Vader in your collection somewhere. He's doing that infamous choke grab or whatever force choke thing he does. Phenomenal base. I like it as well. Makes him a little taller, perfect for my fit here in my collection room. All right. Over there we have Batman Begins. This guy is so hard to pose, so I figured I'd just do the first night out where he's wearing the ski mask and he's, what's it called, those suspenders, those. But yeah, this is the Batman Begins figure. This one here is my favorite, one of my favorites 1/4 scale figures. He is from The Dark Knight Rises. This guy is just so cool, very poseable. You could turn his head, you could bend the elbows. I mean, this guy is so cool. Look at that. It comes with the Scarecrow mask, it comes with the Vane mask, the Joker, the bank robber one, that one right there. This guy is phenomenal. This guy, if you could get one, please do yourself a favor, get one. And then, of course, we have the Joker. This is my card. And that scene is just phenomenal where he's showing grenades to all of the bosses. A bunch of accessories. They got shotguns, they got the machine gun, the bank robber mask. This guy's pretty cool. All right, and then here, I'm pretty sure you guys saw it, took a look at it. It's my Batman Returns 1/6 scale with the Batmobile. I was blessed enough to pick this up from a very good friend of mine. Very good friend of mine. This guy, I owe him a lot of grills actually. He is one of those guys that buys them in doubles and triples. And he happened to have an extra Batmobile. Really, really cool. Over here, I have an endoskeleton, quarter-size Terminator. Those eyes light up. Right now, I haven't turned them on, but they look so cool. This is the exclusive with the 2 machine guns, quarter scale. That piece is from the Batman Dark Knight Rises figure, but I figured might as well cover that ugly looking stand crotch grabber thing. But yeah, endoskeleton. Here I have another grill. This is my tumbler, Dark Knight tumbler. I have a very cool feature here with this tumbler and the Batmobile. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. Well, I'll show you both. Alexa, turn Batmobile's lights on.
Okay.
See? If you're wondering what that noise is, it's a shredder that I've connected just to give it that exhaust sound. And if you guys have this tumbler, do you guys have the same issue as me with the flickering? I don't know what it is. Can't figure that out, but that's kind of a shame. And of course, this other Batmobile as well. The lights turn on. And of course, they turn off. Alexa, turn Batmobile lights off.
Okay.
Momentarily, but yeah, it does it. All right, so down here, I have another Besta, a big one. I have nothing but quarter scale Terminators. This is my battle damage Arnold Termi T800. You see, that's pretty cool. I love this pose when he started shooting at the police officers from that building without killing any of them, just destroying their cars. I love that figure so much. And then over here we have the T1000. You see him with the little finger, kind of like Yeah, this guy's cool. T1000. And then of course we have the T800 at the mall when he has a shotgun in there. But I lost his sunglasses, so mad. How does that happen? Well, when you clean these things, you tend to take them out and a vacuum might have picked it up. I don't know what happened, but I'm missing the sunglasses. I need to find some replacements very soon. But yeah, that's what that shelf looks like. Right next to that, we have another shelf. This is Thor from Ragnarok. I'm sorry, not Thor, Hulk from Ragnarok. I have a Thor coming. That's what I meant to say. He's gonna be here sometime in the near future. This is Stan Lee from the same movie, Thor Ragnarok. Just cut Thor's hair. I got him for so cheap on Sideshow website. If you don't have him, go get him. I think he's still 30% off with like free shipping or something. But yeah. And then the best part of my entire collection, you guys are ready? Bam. This is my Ironman Hall of Armor, fully completed, except for Mark 1, because they don't make them in diecast. Other than that, fully completed diecast collection. This is by far my holy grail. I have the Tony Stark, I think they call him, I forgot, oh my god, the shop or something. I think you see all of his accessories. I have him recording himself. Of course, we have the Mark II in there. This thing's reflective. Mark II is in there. Of course, we have the Mark III. Just gorgeous die casts. And the Mark IV. I love this guy. I think maybe, I don't know, it's hard to select just one. The Mark V. This is the one everybody's going crazy for the reissue, which was about time they did that. For me, unfortunately, I couldn't wait the 2 years since they announced it. I bought them before the announcement, like maybe 4 months before, at a very steep price, but I had to pay it. I couldn't wait. Mark VI, that's the reason why I don't have them with Whiplash and the Mark I War Machine. He's in his Hall of Armor. And of course, the infamous Mark VII. This guy is awesome. And I mentioned to you guys I had wires over here for a reason. Let me show you now what I was talking about. Check this out. I'm pretty sure you guys seen this on eBay, or not eBay, but some YouTube channel. They have this thing. Does it look familiar? I pulled the trigger. I was like, let me see what the big fuzz is about. This is that sensor thing. Check it out. You see that? Watch. You flip it, and all of a sudden, all of my figures light up. I'll show you what I'm talking about up close and personal. Look at Iron Spider, Ironman Mark 50. This one, for some reason, the Mark IV War Machine's chest is very dim. I don't know why, but yeah, he lights up. My Mark 46 lights up as well. That's why that cable is coming from here. And then of course I have Thor. He's lighting up as well. Captain Marvel's eyes looking crazy, and that mohawk looking phenomenal. You see that? The chest is just beautiful. And then of course, let's see, I have the Mark 46. His eyes are lighting up. The Mark 45. And then the hand for Pepper Potts. I don't know why this chest thing stopped working. His chest stopped working too, and his hand, it's the only one that's working now. But yeah, I light up everything I could. That one, Bad Pot as well. It was cool before it flickered. Now it flickers. That's not cool. And then on my Mark 42, see the lights? The chest turns on. My Mark 45, the chest, the eyes, everything. Wherever you could put batteries in, that's what lights up. This guy's phenomenal. See, this one's dim as well. I don't know why it does that. So my recommendation to you guys when it comes to that, I forgot, it's a Chinese, what is it? It's a cool concept, cool idea. The Neo sensor, I mean, it's Soap Reactor, that's a company. It's a cool concept, but it doesn't work too well. You see, you shut it off, yes, you turn it back on, that's so cool. But sometimes when you want to shut it off and you leave it alone, it comes back on. Watch, you'll see. That's where it's at. And it should be coming on any second now. Or not. Okay, I guess it worked this time. I don't know. But you see it flickers. I don't like the flickering part. I don't like the fact that some pieces work, some don't. I don't like that stuff. So that's not cool. I mentioned about the hue lights. What makes it so cool and so unique about hue lights, the fact that I could do this. Watch, check this out, guys. Well, look, I'll show you this. You could program them. You could program at a certain lights to come on, certain color to come on. Check this out. I hit another button, and then all of a sudden, voila, everything changes to blue, right? The detops, and I hit another button, everything goes to different colors. I program it however I want. And of course, they are compatible with Alexa. Those lights in the back, they also change. This one's with remote, Home Depot. That's the way to go for that. Yeah, these things work with Alexa. Alexa, turn office lights off. You see? Okay. Everything shuts off. My DTOF, everything Bestas, and my Hall of Armor, everything shuts off. For instance, check this out. Alexa, turn Hall of Armor lights on. Okay. Alexa, turn light beams on. Okay. Too cool, right? So this is just phenomenal. I mean, I love technology, and Alexa helps out a lot. So yeah, I can't complain too much about her. Yep, so it's pretty cool. All right, guys, so that's gonna do it for today. I just want to show you a quick glimpse of my office and my hot toy collection as of now. All right, take care. Bye-bye.